People forget to love themselves at almost every point of their lives. We are our own haters sometimes. I feel like I hate on myself a lot of the time. The way I dress, the way I look. Perhaps you could say it is a form of critiquing myself and keeping myself up to par and to a standard. But I do think it hasn't benefited me from any other way other than to bring me down. I think a lot of people experience this, just not having confidence in themselves because of the standards that they might want to achieve. And it isn't that we want to be perfect. I don't think people are delusional to that extent. But we want to reach the peak that we were able to achieve. And this is the issue. I want to do anything to get to my peak intelligence, my looks, and whatever it might be, since I was able to do it before. And I don't think that's a wrong thing to say. The thing is, for myself, I tend to degrade myself of any achievement or anything that gets me towards that point, and just bring it down a couple notches, and say like, oh, I have done better. I have done this already before, and this is not much of an achievement. I've had this thought process for a while, that no matter what I would do, if it isn't as good as the peak I have achieved, there is no point of being happy and boosting my own confidence. I kind of realize I am never going to be the best version of myself at all the time. And it really comes down to the small wins and being able to reach those small wins a lot of the time. You can't let them go. And the biggest question is how are you going to build yourself? How are you going to create a foundation of yourself for yourself if you don't have things to build off of? I mean, there's no way to become the person you want to be if you don't start playing with what you have. I do think it's about thinking about life as a game. You can't play the game as if you're only on one heart. I think that's what happens a lot of the time. Your self-respect and self-worth, these things are one of the most important pieces of yourself that you can never let go of. I think that it basically is what happens a lot of the time with people that are trying to better themselves. They give up on themselves once one thing goes wrong. Once they fail a test, once they don't make it to their favorite school they wanted to get into, they just completely lose themselves. They don't think they can do better. They don't think they can bounce back. And this used to happen to me all the time. Now I feel like I've gotten some form of control at handling things like this. And it really comes down to being your own fan. It is the same concept as if you're rooting for a basketball team, a soccer team, whatever team it might be. You aren't letting go of that team just because of one loss. You are a supporter. You're going to hope that they come back. You're going to be happy of any small win that they get. Even if it's against a small team, a big team, whatever gets them to that championship level. And you are dedicated in following their matches, watching their games, and supporting them. So why can't you be like that about yourself? And, when everything goes bad, you need to be your own supporter. You will have to be your own lifeline. Nothing is better than the ability to see yourself win. Because you will win. But it's the fact that if you really want to strive for success. Another thing is your success isn't determined by your age. People that are much older than us have received success. They could be in their 40s, late 30s, late 20s, even older, but they reached it. They made it, and now they get to live a life that is essentially free for them. It is about the grind and keeping yourself as the #1 priority. See you guys later.